Okay, we're going to wrap up this section with a very funny comic. This guy gave me a show in Southport a couple of months ago. It was a very good night. He runs a very good ship over there. I want you to put your hands together, give a very warm welcome to Kevin O'Brien!
Hey everyone. Thanks. So it took me a while to get here tonight because there's like 3 Gregs and a McDonald's between the station and here. So you probably guessed I'm a big fan of Guinness. I also like records and like books. Weirdly, I'm not keen on the Guinness Book of Records. So I've had a bit of bad luck lately, give me an hour. My girlfriend left me. I didn't ask for that one. She said I preferred my puzzle books to her, which was true. But 5 years together and never a crossword. She said I was old-fashioned because she used to send all my dick pics in black and white. By post. And fax. She's probably why she lost a job at the post office. Now you might have noticed I'm quite old. So when I was your age, there was no such thing as Sky TV. I know. There was no such thing as internet. There's no such thing as smartphones. Can you imagine that? Yeah? No, you can't. So back then, you couldn't just send dick pics willy-nilly like you can today. Back then, I couldn't afford one of those newfangled Polaroid cameras. So I had to send my love letters by post, right? So back then, you'd send this love letter and you'd have to draw. You'd have to draw your bits on this letter, right? And send it to the person. Now I couldn't look, it got to the point where I couldn't look the postman in the eye. I probably should have done the drawings on the inside of the envelope though. Now my brother's a bit of a trickster. He took me for lunch the other day and he said to me, I bet I can get us quick service. I said, okay. So he said to the server, I'm a good tipper. So we got our lunch really fast and he gave her £1. She said, I thought you said you're a good tipper. He said, I am. I work for the council on the bins. Now, I've not been able to figure out the full meaning of the word consecutive. Yeah, I know. If it's not one thing after another. Never mind. So, remember last year when the band Plastic Flowers from Remembrance Day? Yeah? Remember that? One person remembers it. It's ironic because it's fucking Remembrance Day. And none of you remember it. So my brother called me up and he said, you know what they did with those 2 million plastic flowers last year? I said, no. He said, they recycled them and made them into dildos. I said, that's poppycock. So you look like quite a young audience, some of you. See, some of you may remember that fateful day when Puff Daddy changed his name. Does anyone remember that? Yeah, one person. Now I remember it because my brother called me up that day and he said to me, Kevin, are you sitting down? I said, yeah. He said, I've got some terrible news for you. I said, what is it? He said, Puff Daddy's changed his name. I said, did he? Now he's also a big fan of the Kardashians. He said to me the other day, he said, Kevin, I said, what? He said, I bet I can tell you the name of Kim Kardashian's ex. I said, can you? He said, that's not his name anymore. I said, yay. So before I go, I'm just going to give you a few reviews. I think some of you may have written these reviews. The first one said, "This guy's magnetic." That's from Manchester Airport Security. The second one said, "This guy's off the scale." That's from Diabetes UK. And my favourite, it said, "This guy's one to watch." Yeah, that was from Manchester Met Police Surveillance Team. Now, I've written a book. It's called, and when I first started doing comedy, and it's called My First Year in Stand-Up Comedy. And after tonight, I'm going to write a follow-up book called My Last Year in Stand-Up Comedy. Thank you very much, you're lovely.